People lose themselves because they spend their whole life watching everything except their own path. They compare, they chase validation, they move with the noise instead of the purpose. But the moment you make a decision to focus on yourself, everything shifts. Your mind sharpens. Your energy becomes different. You stop trying to match the world and you start trying to master your world. Because the truth is simple. What you give your attention to becomes your reality. And when you finally choose yourself, you unlock a version of you that was always there, waiting for your focus. Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they're distracted. They're plugged into drama, plugged into opinions, plugged into people who drain instead of build. But when you really decide to focus on yourself, you become unavailable for anything that pulls you backwards. You stop explaining yourself, stop chasing people, stop proving your worth. Your silence becomes stronger than your words. Your growth becomes louder than your explanations. When you focus on yourself, you start realizing that you don't need approval. You need alignment. There's a point in your life where you must protect your space like it's sacred, because it is. Not everybody deserves access to your energy. Not everybody deserves a seat in your life. Some people only show up to distract you from the greatness you're supposed to build. But you didn't change. You just stopped shrinking. You stopped handing your power away. You stopped letting people walk into your life without intention. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's survival, it's strategy, it's strength. And the deeper you go into self-focus, the more you learn that this journey is about building yourself daily. Not sometime, not when it's convenient. Every single day you put in work. You choose discipline over impulse, vision over comfort, purpose over pleasure. You learn to push yourself when no one is cheering. You learn to speak life into yourself when the world is silent. You learn to bet on yourself even when the odds don't look friendly. Because the glow-up isn't luck. The glow-up is consistency. You don't need to move fast. You just need to move with intention. Every step you take while focusing on yourself becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. Every small win becomes proof that you can build anything when you stay committed. Every challenge becomes a lesson instead of a loss. Self-focus shows you that success isn't an event. It's a lifestyle built on discipline, ownership, and belief. So focus on yourself, not because the world told you to, but because your future is begging you to. Your potential is waiting for you to stop playing small. Your purpose is waiting for you to stop getting distracted. Your greatness is waiting for you to finally choose the path that was always yours. When you focus on yourself, you don't just build a better life. You build a stronger version of you. A version that refuses to settle. A version that refuses to break. A version that refuses to live without meaning. This is your season to lock in, to turn down the noise, to move with intention, to protect your peace, to build yourself piece by piece, day by day. The world will adjust. The people will adjust. But your purpose won't wait forever. Focus on yourself and watch your whole life elevate. The first truth you must accept is this: your focus is your freedom. Your entire life is shaped by whatever you choose to give your energy to. Most people don't lack talent, ideas, or potential. They lack direction. They pour their attention into distractions that steal their time, that loot their confidence, and block their growth. When you don't control your focus, everything around you starts controlling you. The world pulls you in every direction except the one meant for you. That's why it feels like you're moving but not progressing, busy but not building, surrounded but not supported. You're giving your energy to everything except yourself. But once you decide to lock in, everything changes. The moment you say, "I'm done feeding what drains me," you start starving the things that kept you stuck. Focus turns confusion into clarity. Focus turns noise into strategy. Focus turns pressure into progress. When you give your energy to the right things start growing. Your peace grows. Your confidence grows. Your work ethic grows. Your self-respect grows. You begin to move differently because you think differently. And you think differently because you focus differently. People underestimate how powerful selective attention is. What you feed becomes stronger. If you feed your insecurities with comparison, they grow. If you feed your discipline with consistency, it grows. If you feed your dreams with daily action, they grow. And if you feed your distractions, they grow too. This is why focus is everything. Life doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you commit to. Energy is a currency. Every day you are spending it on something. And if you're not investing it in yourself, you're wasting the most valuable asset you have. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's strategic. It's understanding that without clarity, you can't move your life forward. Without discipline, you can't build anything that lasts. Without vision, you'll keep repeating cycles you should have outgrown. Self-focus is how you break generational patterns, how you elevate your mindset, how you transform your daily habits into something that builds the life you're chasing. You can't help anyone, love anyone, or let anyone if you haven't learned how to lead yourself first. And leadership begins with focus. When you pour into yourself, you start realizing how much power you actually have. You stop waiting for someone to motivate you, validate you, rescue you, or choose you. You understand that everything you're searching for externally is something you must create internally. Peace comes from within. Confidence comes from within. Discipline comes from within. Greatness comes from within. And all of it begins with focusing your attention on things that elevate you, not distract you. And don't expect people to understand your focus. They won't. Not at first. Some will think you're distant. Some will think you're acting different. Some will say you're ignoring them. Oh, but they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. They don't hear the calling on your life. They don't understand that you're not abandoning people. You're building yourself. And real building requires isolation. Real growth requires separation. Real progress requires silence, discipline, and tunnel vision. The world is full of noise, opinions, expectations, distractions, temptations. But your life only changes when you stop reacting to everything around you and start responding to the purpose within you. Focus is how you take your power back. Focus is how you break out of the mental chaos that keeps you repeating the same routines, same relationships, same habits, same comfort zones. Focus is how you rise. Give your energy to what matters. Pour into what fuels you. Commit to what builds you. Your focus becomes your future. Your energy becomes your elevation. And the moment you choose to focus on yourself, you choose freedom. Freedom from the past. Freedom from the noise. Freedom from the limits you once believed. Focus is your superpower. Use it wisely. There comes a point in your life where you realize that your peace is not just a luxury. It's a necessity. It's the foundation of your mindset, your decisions, your progress, your sanity. And the truth is, not everyone deserves access to that peace. Not everyone deserves a seat in your life. Not everyone deserves a front row view of your growth. You have to protect your space like you protect your dreams, because both can be destroyed if you let the wrong people close enough. Most people don't lose their focus because they're weak. They lose it because they're surrounded by people who drain their energy. People who come with drama, inconsistency, jealousy, or negativity. People who pull you into conversations that don't feed you, environments that don't grow you, and habits that don't elevate you. You can't rise in life if you're constantly carrying people who are committed to staying the same. You can't evolve if your circle is addicted to chaos. You can't find peace if you keep entertaining what disturbs it. Protecting your space means understanding your value. It means accepting that you don't have to be accessible to everyone. You don't need to respond to every message. You don't have to show up to every event. You don't owe people the version of you that burns out trying to please them. Your time is limited. Your energy is precious. Your peace is priceless. And the more you grow, the more you'll realize that access to you should be earned, not assumed. People will call you selfish when you start protecting your peace. They'll say you changed, and they'll be right. You change because you finally recognize that your mental and emotional health matter. You change because you stop being available for conversations that go nowhere, relationships that drain you, and environments that stunt your growth. You change because you realize that peace is more important than popularity, and alignment is more important than approval. You're not acting distant, you're acting disciplined. The world doesn't reward people who give all their energy away. The world rewards people who know how to guard their purpose, the ones who set boundaries without guilt, the ones who choose solitude over superficial company, the ones who invest in their own healing instead of chasing validation from others, the ones who cut ties with people who only show up when they need something. Real peace requires courage, the courage to walk away, the courage to say no, the courage to be alone if that's what growth requires. Protecting your space also means protecting your mind. What you listen to, who you talk to, what you watch, what you entertain, it all shapes you. You have to be intentional about what you allow in your mental environment. Your mind is a garden. If you keep allowing weeds to grow, you'll never see the flowers. Every negative conversation is a weed. Every toxic relationship is a weed. Every distraction disguised as a friend is a weed. And if you don't remove them, they will choke the life out of your ambition. But when you protect your space, something powerful happens. Your thoughts become clearer, your creativity flows, your confidence grows, your intuition sharpens, your energy becomes steady. You start attracting better people, better opportunities, better experiences because you're no longer operating from exhaustion or chaos. You're operating from clarity and alignment. A peaceful mind makes powerful decisions. A peaceful spirit attracts powerful blessing. You weren't put on this earth to carry everyone. You weren't meant to stretch yourself thin to keep temporary people comfortable. Your peace is your environment for growth. And growth requires protection. Protect your space so fiercely that anyone who tries to enter understands they are stepping into something sacred. Because when you guard your peace, you guard your power. And once you guard your power, nothing can stop your progress. There comes a moment when you realize that the life you want will never appear out of thin air. It's built, constructed, created piece by piece, day by day, through the habits you choose and the standards you set. Becoming the person you aspire to be is not an event. It's a process. And that process demands discipline, vision, and consistency. You can't hope your way into the next level. You have to build your way there. Every day you're laying bricks. Some days the bricks are big, some days they're small, but everything you do either strengthens or weakens the foundation of the future you're trying to create. When you choose discipline over impulse, that's a brick. When you show up on the days you don't feel motivated, that's a brick. When you choose long-term growth over short-term comfort, that's a brick. Everything is adding up, even when you think nothing is working. The universe rewards consistency. The results show up after the discipline, not before. But most people don't build because building is slow. There's no applause, no shortcuts, no instant validation. It's quiet, repetitive work. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to distractions that look fun. It's choosing solitude when the world is pulling you in every direction. It's holding yourself accountable when nobody is watching. It's being honest with yourself about your flaws, your patterns, your excuses. Building yourself is not glamorous, but it's necessary. Success is not something you chase, it's something you become. And you become it through your habits. Discipline molds you into the version of yourself that can handle the blessings you're asking for. Without discipline, dreams turn into fantasies. Without consistency, potential goes to waste. Without vision, you drift through life reacting instead of creating. When you build yourself daily, you develop not just strength, but structure. Not just confidence, but character. Not just goals, but grit. Vision is what keeps you moving when progress feels slow. It's the image in your mind that reminds you why you started. It's the inner voice that tells you there's more to your life than what you see right now. Without vision, you settle. Without vision, you stay stuck in cycles you should have escaped years ago. But when your vision becomes clear, your standards rise. You stop entertaining what doesn't align with your future. You stop explaining your dreams to people who can't see them. You stop giving time to anything that doesn't move you forward. Your vision becomes your compass. And then there's consistency, the most underrated power in the world. Anyone can be motivated for a day. Anyone can work hard for a week. Anyone can talk big for a month. But consistency separates dreamers from doers. Consistency builds habits, and habits build success. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your identity. You become the type of person who finishes what they start. The type of person who doesn't fold under pressure. The type of person who grows even in silence. The truth is, your future depends on the version of you that shows up every day, not the version of you that shows up once in a while. You can't build a powerful life with part-time effort. You can't create a new chapter with the same habits that kept you stuck in the last one. You have to become intentional. You have to become disciplined. You have to become consistent. You have to become someone who doesn't negotiate with laziness, excuses, or fear. And the beauty of building yourself is that the results sneak up on you. One day you wake up stronger. One day you wake up more confident. One day you wake up and the habits that used to be hard are now second nature. One day you look around and realize your entire life upgraded because you upgraded your daily decisions. Growth is slow at first, but undeniable in the end. And once you start becoming the person you're meant to be, the world can't help but adjust. Build yourself daily, brick by brick, choice by choice, habit by habit. Because the life you want is already waiting for you to become the person who can handle it. Consistency is the bridge. Discipline is the engine, vision is the map, and you are the builder. This is your time to rock. This is your moment to choose yourself boldly, unapologetically, and completely. Focus on your growth, protect your peace, and build yourself like your future depends on it. Because it does. Every step you take from this point forward is a step toward the strongest, sharpest, most unstoppable version of you. The world won't hand you the life you want, but you can create it with discipline, vision, and self-focus. Lock in, level up, and never forget, the power to transform your life has always been in your hands.